Google Ads are complex. There are a lot of different strategies, methods to succeed, ways you can run your ads, and very quickly you can really get frustrated by all the options that you have, and you can really get lost inside this sort of massive thing that is Google Ads. Now, in today's video, I want to give you one very straightforward rule, one golden rule that if you always apply that, if you always think about that, and if you always take this into consideration when launching new campaigns, you will be able to really increase your campaign performance. So this sort of golden rule I really apply all the time. You should really internalize that. And if you do, I promise that your performance will improve. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so probably you're asking now, okay, what's so simple that I can just apply it all the time? But for Google, the number one thing is 100% relevance. Now, before you now click away and think, okay, that's too simple, let me explain and let me give you some more sort of information and ideas on what I really mean with that. So if we think about it, on Google, at least if you're using search and shopping, people are actively looking for stuff, right? They are looking for products. Most likely you run an e-commerce store. They're looking for physical products, but maybe also they're looking for a solution to their problem. They are looking for services. They're looking for help in some way or just information. And the person or the business that can give them the most relevant solution or product or whatever wins. And if we think about it, there are three individual categories here. We have keywords, we have ads, and we have landing pages. Now, if you want to see a full sort of 1 hour video on the topic, make sure to check the link in the description for a free video. But in here, I want to still give you like an overview and let you know about how to really sort of make this work for your business. So keywords, ads, landing page. If we think about the keyword side, if you want to sell a product in this case, you have to think about, okay, what is the most relevant keyword that I can possibly target to make people buy? And I know with Google Shopping, that's not as easy because you cannot define positive keywords, only negative ones, but you can just sort of reverse engineer this whole process. But for search, this is very straightforward. So if you sell, for example, let's say socks or something very simple as that, right? There are many ways that you can find your customers. You could target people looking for socks in general. You could target people that are looking for socks for men if you only sell socks for men, right? Socks for kids. You can go with a bunch of other stuff. And what many people miss out is they are not really targeting 100%. Like, sure, if you are selling only, let's say you are a store that only sells socks for men for some reason, and you are allowing keywords such as socks or socks for kids or something like that, they are still okay relevant, at least like socks in general, for example, but you are not really getting all the low-hanging fruits. So on Google Ads, especially when you're starting out, when you want to get profitable and not scale yet, then it's all about getting those 100% relevant search queries. This, of course, means that your reach and that your volume will be lower. But in the beginning, we don't care about volume. We care about profits. We care about getting off the ground. We care about getting our first 5, 10, 20, 30 sales a day, and not about making like 500 sales, right? And that's the important thing. So in this example here, this very stupid example to some degree, you would target like socks for men, male socks, socks for male, whatever. Maybe, you know, things like that. In case of search, you can also then target men specifically in the demographic and then allow things like socks in general, because it's more likely that men, of course, will buy socks for themselves. So these are ways that you can really laser target the search query to your store and to what you have to offer. As I said, socks in general might also be relevant, but you always have some losses in there and they will slightly reduce and you know, make your performance worse. Not that much, but in the beginning we want like 100% relevance all the time. Then in the second step, we have the ad. And the goal and the purpose of the ad is to get people to your store. But, and that's the important point, only the right people. Now, I see a lot of entrepreneurs and businesses that write super sort of clickbait style ads and they get a massive click-through rate, 10%, 15%, but then they have a very high drop-off or bounce rate. That's not the goal. Like, you want to have this very fine line between a very high click-through rate so that you get a lot of traffic, high volume, and also cheap clicks. And you want this maximum relevance, because what do you do with all these clicks if they are not relevant people, right? So your ad should be laser focused on your keywords. It should be laser focused. Like, if you can do this best, of course, with single keyword ad groups, but also with other ones, you can, you know, use dynamic ads. You can make sure that you keep your ad groups very granular so that you're always giving people or showing people exactly what they're looking for. Because someone who looks for like socks for men would probably rather click on an ad like, you know, discover hundreds of discover hundreds of robust, high quality socks for men, and then like some more information like business, casual, whatever it is, and really tailored than just an ad saying, we have clothing, or we're a fashion store, or we sell socks or something, right? These are all still relevant to some degree, and you might get clicks with these ads too, but you see the difference here. As long as you speak directly to the search query, as long as you speak directly to the customer, your ad performance will be much better. You will get more clicks at a cheaper rate, which means it will be easier to be profitable. And if you do it the right way, you will not only get cheaper clicks, but you will also get better clicks because you pre-filtered them correctly. So that's in the second step when it comes to the ads. You can really make sure that you target the right customer with the right ads to get them to your site. And then in the third step, of course, we have the landing page or the store or whatever. And here it's important that there is a connect between the search query and the ad and the landing page. So if people are clicking on a product and let's say in case of shopping, because there is always a little more difficult than on search, let's say they click on a product and they land on your store and there is not much information about it. Like you have some very low quality images and let's say you have a general store and you sell one pair of socks or two, but there isn't more to it. Like people click on the shopping ad with the expectation, okay, this is an interesting pair of socks. Let's see what else they have in their store. And they click on it, they check out, oh, nothing. Like besides socks, they were selling backpacks and Xbox controllers and something like that. So they leave, and the landing page experience wasn't great because ultimately it wasn't really targeted. You just don't sell a single pair of socks and no other socks, right? So here, in order to get maximum relevance, sure, you can optimize this with a general store too. You can add multiple socks in this case. You can really build a great product listing with amazing images, great copy and all that stuff to be more relevant. But if you want like 100% relevance, again, it is actually easiest with a niche store. So let's say you have a niche store only for socks for men. And someone who clicks on your site through a shopping ad, search ad, whatever, will land on this product page and they're like, okay, that looks interesting, but I was actually looking for something cheaper or something more high quality. And they can scroll down and you tell them, hey, you know what? Didn't like that pair of socks. Here are 5 others that you might like. Or, hey, what are you looking for? Like cheap, medium quality, high quality, business, casual, whatever it is. That's how you get maximum relevance for a search query like that. If you can give them more options to choose from, if you're a general store, you can do that very easily. You can do pop-ups, you can do like customers like you also bought, these type of things. That's how you actually get maximum relevance in your landing page. Because I think for the keywords, it's very straightforward. For the ads, it's also quite straightforward, but the landing page is where people are really struggling oftentimes, I would think. And also I see with my students and clients as well. So this is sort of the golden rule for Google Ads that you always, whenever you create a campaign or an ad, you have these 3 steps in mind, right? Keyword, ad, landing page. Technically, you would also say customer, keyword, ad, landing page. But these 3 have to work together hand in hand, and if not, if there is a disconnect somewhere, you will lose clicks or lose CTR or lose profits or sales or whatever. So always make sure that you think about all these 3 things at the same time. And as I said, if you want a very, very, very in-depth video on this that takes around 1 hour, very specific, very also technical, then you should check the link in the description or here in the info box somewhere or in the info card where you get to a page where you can watch this video for free. It's not a sales webinar or anything like that. You can watch this 1 hour video. It really helped people so far, and if you want, you can also schedule a call with me and find out how we can apply this so-called DAC framework in your own store. So how can I help you personally get your store in shape, and how can I help you personally take your e-commerce sales to a new level by applying this on every single step in your business. So with this being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and please subscribe for more Google Ads and e-commerce content on this channel. Now, I wish you lots of fun, hopefully with the DAC framework video, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video again, guys. Take care and bye-bye.